I created a poster that explains the 6 principles of the Constitution. This poster explains the main ideas of each principle and includes ideas of what each principle is best represented by. The first principle is popular sovereignty. Popular sovereignty is the idea that the authority of the state is powered by the people, and nothing is possible without the power of the people. We see people acting out popular sovereignty when they exercise their right to vote by electing the president. I used a voting pin as my image because I thought that represented popular sovereignty well. The second principle is limited government. Limited government is the idea that the government does not have absolute control over the people because we have limited government in society when people use their freedom of speech or freedom of press to write articles about whatever they want without punishment. I used a pin that says limited government on it with an American flag as the background on the pin, representing that the people will always have their rights. The third principle is the separation of powers, which basically represents the 3 branches of power: legislative, executive, and judicial. I chose a pin which had each of the 3 branches as buildings on it. I think that accurately gives an overview of the separation of powers. You see this principle in real life when the president picks a person for Senate. The legislative branch must approve that person. The fourth principle is checks and balances, which is the idea that no branch will ever be too powerful. I used a picture of a scale because that represents the balance between all branches. You see this principle in real life when the legislative branch makes a law, but the president vetoes that law. The fifth principle, judicial review, is the concept that every law is subject to be reviewed and deemed constitutional. I used a photo of a judge gavel because I felt that appropriately depicted the judicial branch. An example in real life would be someone sending a law that they thought was unconstitutional to the Supreme Court, and then the law got overturned. The sixth and last principle is federalism, which is the concept that the power between the federal government and local government is separated. I used a picture of 2 hands shaking because it is like the local and federal government are in agreement. You can see federalism in the real world when someone commits a crime in one state, then flees to the other state, but that state sends him back to the original state for his sentencing. Thank you for watching my screencast of the 6 principles of the Constitution, and I hope I was able to explain them thoroughly.